MultiVersus is a mascot brawler starring a bunch of characters lifted from various Warner Bros. Properties that launched into open beta this week. Think Nintendo's Super Smash Bros., only instead of everyone's favourite Italian plumber, you have actual human LeBron James instead. It's wild. A few of us here at RPS have been playing the game for a few weeks now, putting each of the game's roster of characters through their paces to figure out which one is best. As expected, none of us could agree with one another, so instead of hosting an uncomfortable shouting match between 4 people, I spoke to each staffer individually to find out which MultiVersus character is their favourite. Enjoy. Hey Rebecca, how you doing?
Hi Liam, I'm not bad thanks, how are you?
I'm not too bad. So we've both been playing quite a lot of MultiVersus over the past week or so. What are your feelings about the game so far?
So far I'm enjoying it more than I thought I might. On the surface, I completely agree. It's got that slightly unappealing, very corporate, let's get all of our properties together and entice people in with the big names, sort of that way. But I forgot that one thing about myself is that I really love those big, stupid, ultimate crossover crises sort of storylines. So of course I was going to be drawn in. But also it is actually genuinely, I think, well done. Yeah. Obviously, it's a free-to-play game. There's always a concern, but it's quite a light touch, I think. I mean, so far I don't think the in-game store is open yet, so maybe that will change. But so far it's been quite a light touch on that sort of microtransaction thing. And the character designs all seem to really fit nicely in the world, despite the fact that you're looking at a character from Game of Thrones and characters from comics and characters from cartoons and LeBron James now as well, who is a real human being. Admittedly via a cartoon, I guess. But it's definitely a lot of fun. I have enjoyed my time with it a lot more than I thought that I would.
The game's roster is quite expansive, like you say. Who's your favourite character so far?
Well, honourable mentions have to go to Harley Quinn and Batman, because obviously they are both amazing characters and they both play really well as well. My personal favourite at the moment, though, has to be Velma from Scooby-Doo, which a character I initially chose purely because people in the past have told me I resemble Velma from Scooby-Doo, which I take as a compliment. She's fantastic. Didn't think she was going to be a great fighting game character, I'll be perfectly honest. But actually, when I played as her, I really like her moveset, and I think that she's really not the easiest character to play necessarily, but a very fun and compelling character to play more as.
Part of the reason why I really love Velma is, and one of the reasons why I love MultiVersus in general, they've built her moveset in a way that's really faithful to her character.
Oh, absolutely. That's basically my favourite thing about her, is obviously when the game was announced and it was like Velma from Scooby-Doo, and you're thinking, why Velma? She's probably the least likely Scooby-Doo character to get into a physical fight. Bit of an odd choice. But yeah, the fact that her, her ult is powered by collecting clues around the stage, and they pop up like sort of cards when you hit people and you have to like jump and get them. And the bit where she loses her glasses doing her crouch move and the screen goes blurry. It's annoying, so but it's a genius bit of design.
It's so brilliant.
And I can't help but, my hat's off to them for making it really feel like you are playing as Velma from Scooby-Doo in a platform fighting game. I don't know. It's a lot of care has clearly gone into that.
So much care. And I absolutely love that her ultimate move is that she calls the police on another character and they arrest them and drive off the edge of the stage. It's such a smart idea.
It's a great idea. I think also she's got a really good dash move that is meant to be used as a shield, because she is technically a support character, although I think that maybe she would have been better placed in another class because she is quite bruiserish, really. She can do a dash that is meant to shield her teammate, but if you do it without a teammate on the stage, which I found when I was playing 1v1, it's actually just really powerful. You just hurl your opponent out of the stage. Yeah. And I had this thing where I was like, I'm Velma from Scooby-Doo, and I just bodily picked up, I can't remember who I was playing as, maybe Batman or someone, and she just picks up, throws right out of the stage, and I was like, what just happened? I loved it.
It's so good. I love how she holds them, they tuck up into a little fetal position, and she holds them as well. I did that to Superman earlier and just hoid him off the edge of Batman's cave.
Amazing.
And I was like, this is brilliant. She's a fantastic character.
Yeah, she's not faring very well in the tier lists, so when I did our tier list, I did a little redressing of the balance there. I get why people wouldn't like her. She can be weird to play as, but for my money, yeah, I'm a Velma main. I have no shame about that.
And most impressively, and I have the footage to prove it, which I'll put in the background now.
Were you recording? Oh, I'm so glad.
Of course I was recording. You beat me, Hayden, and Ed as Velma on mouse and keyboard of all input devices. What an achievement.
Definitely the highlight of my week. Oh, I was ridiculously proud of that one achievement. I know that we both actually, after we'd played that, went and told our respective partners about it, and they were very confused. But at least we understand.
We understood, yeah.
We understand the achievement.
My partner looked at me like I was speaking a different language.
Yeah. It's just, there's no response other than good, I guess. But like, I'm like, no, you don't know. I'm so proud. This was not easy to do.
Hello, Ed. How you doing?
Hello. Yeah, good. Very excited about MultiVersus. It's a fun time.
Yeah. So what are your general opinions on the game so far?
I think it's very good. I like the fact that it's very accessible in comparison to sort of, I suppose, Smash Bros, which is kind of, I would say it's direct competitor. It's free to play. Loads of people can just get stuck in across all these different platforms, and you can play as Bugs Bunny and just like fight Arya Stark. It's just such a mad thing.
Warner Brothers properties are so varied that it does get away with how ridiculous it is. There is something really fun about battering Velma from Scooby-Doo as the Iron Giant, a notably passive monster. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you're having fun. It has been very enjoyable to mess around on it, and like you say, it is very accessible. I've been playing it in like 20-minute bursts for the past week and have found it's just the perfect, I just want to do something for half an hour while I'm waiting for something to cook in the oven, or I'm waiting for a video to render. I've already played like 6-7 hours of it, and I can see myself pouring a bit more time into it.
It's definitely a very Moorish game. Like the way it's all set up, the fact that you kind of play a match and it'll not auto cue you back into a game, but you can kind of choose to rematch. Little touches like that, I think, are actually really good. It sort of encourages you to continue playing, but not in like a malicious way or anything. It just sort of lets you kind of keep playing just in a really kind of smooth way, and I like that, and that's great. The matches don't seem sort of too long or too stressful or anything like that. It's just a simple, silly laugh, I think.
So I'm so excited to hear about your favourite character, because we've been talking about him a little bit on and off this week. So who is your favourite character, and why do you like playing as them?
So my favourite character is LeBron James. It's just such a mad thing to say. But yes, like the NBA sort of legend is in this game, and I like him because he's one of those characters that, I suppose, firstly, he shouldn't be they shouldn't be in this game, but he is an NBA like legend, and he just finds himself in this fighting game amongst other like weird and wonderful cartoon characters. And it sort of, he gives off this feeling that he's just wants to play basketball and everyone's getting in his way.
I love that. That's such a good way of saying it.
So I suppose to try and break down LeBron James is quite difficult, because truthfully I don't really understand how he works, like the real technicalities behind him. But he has a basketball, and you can he has a whole moveset for when he has this basketball on him, so you can kind of tee up a shot and fling it far. You can kind of do like a really cool move where you jump into the air and you can just slam dunk. You don't slam dunk an opponent, you slam dunk your ball into an opponent.
Yeah.
Again, sort of further reinforcing the fact that all he wants to do is play basketball and you're getting in the way. And there's some really cool stuff you can do with the basketball, which I'm just slowly starting to figure out, where you can I don't know what the inputs are, but you can kind of fling it into the air. You can then jump and catch the ball, which maybe powers you up a little bit. I don't know what happens when you catch that ball, but it kind of gives off this yellow shine or something, which presumably means more damage. And then you can kind of combine that into a slam dunk move.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it is kind of cool, like you can do these different things with the ball. You can kind of bounce it, you can bonk someone over the head with it, and then I suppose catch it in midair and do all sorts of weird and wonderful things. But then, of course, you might lose that ball, you might fling it off the stage, and then he's got this entire moveset, which presumably maybe is a little less sort of powerful. I don't know, but he will just kind of attack like, I suppose, a normal fighter. But you can kind of, if you need that ball back, you can kind of attack an enemy, and the ball will kind of magically reappear, and it goes on cooldown and all of that sort of stuff, I suppose. He's just really fun to play, even if you don't quite understand what's going on. I just like the fact I can kind of throw basketballs at people and feel really cool about it when I accidentally do stuff, like catch it and then do a slam dunk. I do just spam that slam dunk move a lot.
Same, yeah. A slam dunk move's so powerful it pops the basketball, which I quite like. You lose the basketball once you do it. LeBron has big in PE lessons and annoying your mate energy. You know, especially when he bonks off people's head. Like, that just feels like what we used to do in PE all the time, and I quite enjoy that, of just using the basketball as a weapon. No, he's good. I really like him. I like how his alternative costume is just a rootin' tootin' cowboy as well, which I assume is a reference to something I don't understand.
Yeah, a Sheriff LeBron or something. I don't actually have enough Gleamium, the premium currency, left to unlock Sheriff LeBron, but it's definitely next on my list. If I decide to purchase more Gleamium, that's what I'm going to go for.
That's what you'll get.
Yeah,
and an alternate costume for real-life man LeBron James, a character in the video game MultiVersus.
So who's your favourite fighter then?
So, surprising myself quite a lot, my favourite character is Superman, a character I normally find very, very boring in every other form of media. Now, I'm unsure whether it's because he's a really fun character who has a very fun moveset, or if it's because my partner and I are currently watching The Boys Season 3, which has a character called Soulja Boy, which means that we've been walking around the house singing Soulja Boy, the musical artist's seminal work, Crank That, which has combines both him saying his own name, which is relevant to The Boys, but also he says the word Superman a lot, which means I've had this song in my head for about a week now, which I'm not happy about. It feels like a curse. But Superman is a fantastic character. He's a tank character. He's very weighty. His punches really do a lot of damage. If you get someone stuck in his just standard punch combo, you really do a lot of damage to them, which feels great. But my favorite thing about him is he's able to fly because he's Superman. So I think it's his special move when you're in the air. He starts to fly in a direction. And if you grab a character, you can just very gently glide them to the edge of the arena and just hoy them out. And it's amazing when you do it to other people. It absolutely sucks when someone does it to you. I was in a match the other day and they were really good as Superman, and you can chain it as well. So even if there's a long gap, they can just keep grabbing you and you can't dodge out the way, and they just hoy you into the void. But he's very good, and I just find him very enjoyable. I think he's that right balance between weight and precision. He's still quite nimble. Yeah, very good moves, and just flying people out of the arena is immensely satisfying because I know how annoying it is for me, and every time I do it to someone else, I can just imagine them raging in front of their Xboxes. I guess a very sadistic part of me enjoys doing that.
Did you immediately click with Superman when you first played MultiVersus, or did it take some time to realise, oh, hang on, this is like, after hoying someone into the side of the arena, was that the moment?
It was definitely that moment, yeah. I was more drawn to characters like, if I was going to say some honourable mentions, Finn the Human from Adventure Time. He's an assassin character, and I do like the assassin characters because they're wielding a weapon, which makes them just feel a bit more nimble, a bit more speedy. So Finn and Harley Quinn and Arya were the ones I was really focused on, but just trying to capture footage for a video, I was trying out all of them. And yeah, it was when I realized, I can fly as Superman. I wonder what that does. Oh, hello, I've picked someone up. Oh, hello. Yeah, no, he's good. He's a good character. My issue is just that he's quite boring. And his secondary skin is just gold Superman, which is a bit like, would have liked, get some different art styles in there. Maybe do like a 1940s comic version of Superman, or even have Henry Cavill with his CGI mustache. I would quite like that. CGI mustache removal, rather, from Justice League.
I'm quite excited to see who else joins the roster.
Same. I'm praying for Walter White. That's what I want. I want Walter White from Breaking Bad. I think that would be really funny.
I think I've mentioned this before, but I would love Wallace and Gromit. I don't know who owns Wallace and Gromit, but please give me those two. So good.
I guess if it gets really, really popular, we might see the Smash Brothers effect where other companies come in and ask to have their properties featured. It's an unhinged selection as it is. I mean, Ted Lasso is still rumored to be an upcoming character, which is just wild. I assume he'll be like a football character, and if LeBron is a basketball character, but so bizarre.
You could have like Saul Goodman, I suppose. You could have your Breaking Bad lot, and then the whole Saul Goodman spin-off. So you could have so much. Yakuza, you can get Kazuma Kiryu in there from Yakuza, because they've not appeared in Smash yet. So yeah, they could actually start to poach some possibilities, I suppose. In Smash.
I'd like that a lot. Hello, Hayden. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just riding some recent MultiVersus wins. So I'm, I am on top of the world right now.
Well, yes, you are the resident MultiVersus expert, I would say. You are an undefeated champion after we spent a few hours playing the other night, the four of us.
Youngest on the team, fastest hands. People can't compete. No one can compete with thee. That's what it is. Liam, you are disgustingly old. you never had a chance.
I would like the viewers to know that I am 29 and Hayden is 22?
No, 21.
Oh, for God's sake, you are.
21.
Yeah, you are a baby. Never mind. I take it
What
back.
is crime? I wasn't even sure if I was 21, then I had to count it. But
We were just saying that when I was 3 years out of university, Hayden had yet to do his GCSEs, so it's probably not surprising that he's better at MultiVersus than the rest of us are. But what are your general thoughts about MultiVersus? Are you enjoying playing it at the moment?
I am. I mean, I've always liked Smash Bros, right? Me and my brother used to play Smash Bros on the N64 as kids. It's always been one of those go-to, mess around, just have some, easy fun games. But the common theme with Smash Bros is that every Nintendo console, I never want to pick up a Nintendo console, right? I own them all, but I never want to play on them. The idea of getting my Nintendo Switch out to play Smash Bros. Ultimate is just vomit-inducing, because I never use it. Right? 1 or 2 games a year. If Pokemon comes out, I'm there. Otherwise, I just want to sit at my PC and not move. If I just don't want to think about it. So MultiVersus being on PC it's wonderful. It's life changing. It's one of those things where it just I get the same. I don't know. It pumps me up in that way, right? I can't do Mortal Kombats and stuff, but there's something about MultiVersus and Smash Bros and that style of platform brawler that just I find much more approachable, and I just find it more fun and a little bit less. I know they're very technical, but a little bit less technical maybe, or I think there's just something about being able to leap around all over the place.
Right, okay. Yeah, so it's the freedom of movement that you think you enjoy.
Yeah, I think it just makes it a little bit more entertaining for me, because if it's Mortal Kombat and you're both on the same plane and just staring at each other, I just get decked and can't do anything. And that's always been the case for Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Street Fighter, all those ones. So I'm definitely a platform brawler kind of person, and I say, I would happily play Smash Bros Ultimate, which is a very similar vibe to MultiVersus, but picking up the Nintendo Switch is just so difficult sometimes.
All I'm hearing here, Hayden, is that when Street Fighter 6 comes out next year, I might have a chance of actually beating you in a video game.
I've not played a Street Fighter game in a long time, and you won't. No, I will absolutely destroy you. You won't have a chance.
So, you've been playing a lot of MultiVersus, you've been experimenting with all the characters. Who is your favourite character in the game so far?
Right, before I say, I just want to acknowledge other people. Can you just go through everyone's picks again so far? Let's do a little roundup, where's everybody else at?
I like Superman.
Disgusting.
Alright, are you doing this bit where you say that they're all trash options?
It's not a bit, it's just disgusting.
Ed likes LeBron James.
Genuinely disgusting.
And Rebecca likes Velma.
Awful. Right, so those are awful picks. No, very good picks. Everyone likes what they like. Opinions are fine. But also you're all wrong, because Finn is completely busted. And the idea that nobody has chosen him already is ridiculous. He's so good. And you know what? I don't know, this video might go up. They might have already patched Finn, because he needs a nerf. But right now, as of recording, Finn is completely busted. He is totally the GOAT of MultiVersus. That up Y spin attack is unbeatable. You can just unlock people in that. I mean, I played some MultiVersus this morning to start my work day. It's it has the same effect as caffeine, I suppose. But yeah, I played some, and I was fighting against, I think it was a Superman, and maybe I fought against a Wonder Woman in one game. And I used the spin attack to throw them into the air. If you don't know what his spin attack, he just whips his bag around. If you don't know what his spin attack is.
Yeah, it's so powerful. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, right? So it chucks them in the air, and then I jump up, spin attack again, chucks them a little further, jump up again, spin attack, and then they're out. Ring out, knockout, done.
Yeah.
And when you're 1v1ing someone and it's 2 kills to win, it's so easy to manage to pull that maneuver off.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a hard combo to do. And, you know, people in the comments might say, oh, you know, obviously pick Finn. Finn's broken. Finn needs a nerf. I agree. But we're here to talk about the best characters, and that's Finn right now. So, like, you know, if you'd asked me a few days ago, would have been Taz, because Taz had his whirlwind attack, but he's been nerfed now. Taz is gone. Taz has been left in the dust.
The reign of Taz is done.
Yeah, the age of Taz is gone.
What I really like about Finn is that his standard attacks are also really quick and powerful. It's really easy to dash in, to avoid people's attacks, stun lock them with a standard combo, and then use the bag swing to knock them out. And also the fact that his down Y move allows him to buy an item that makes him twice as fast.
Yeah, I was just about to say this, and you can buy it multiple times. So like if you are, because every hit, like Finn makes people drop coins, right?
Yeah.
And you pick up the coins, and yeah, your down Y is like a little shop, and there are 3 things in there, and the cheapest thing in there is like boots. So you buy it once, and it like doubles your speed. You buy it again, you got 3 times speed. Like, you can buy it multiple times. On a 1v1, the furthest I've got with that is 3 times speed, but I wonder if in a group game, or in a free-for-all, where there are more characters on screen and, you know, more hits happening, I imagine you could get that even further, because I could have bought it again, but the cost increases each time.
Right, I see. So if you're getting more coins...
Yeah, exactly. If you're in a group game and you can get, like, it up to, I don't know, 3-4 times speed.
Good lord.
Finn is lightning fast, just darting around, and then, like you say, just his standard sword attacks to, like, you know, as you're dashing towards someone, and then you do that up Y spin, you've won. Like, that's a kill, you know? Yeah. And then you just keep doing that. And then his, like, shoulder barge thing, which is also very good for, like, closing distance so that you can use that spin attack. And I know MultiVersus has that thing where if you use the same attack multiple times, it, like, nerfs the attack. But you've already killed them by the time, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't affect Finn, really, because by the time that would ever come into play, if you can land 2 or 3 of these spin attacks, you can just get a knockout really easily. In Smash Bros, this is like a tiny little tangent for you. In Smash Bros, I don't think I've ever died from just being near the edge of the screen. Like, I'll fall down and die sometimes, but like, I'll never die just by jumping close to the left or right. I'll always get launched out of the arena.
Yeah.
In MultiVersus, just by being near the edge of the screen, sometimes I'll go slightly too far and die. Like, the safe zone when you're out of the screen is almost non-existent. So it's not like you need to damage them loads to then send them launching out. If you can just bounce them slightly out of the screen, that's a kill.
Yeah.
That only serves to help, like, you know, those spin attacks and those stuff, like, you know what I mean? Those, like, things that can bounce an enemy a tiny little distance further. Like, if you just keep repeating that, you've won.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done. They're done.
Well, thank you for telling me about Finn, your favourite character, until the second they release a patch.
Yeah, this video probably already out there.
I just think it's a very hidden choice, because everyone else has been like, I like these mechanics, or I like the way that they've represented this character in an authentic way, and you're like, he's broken, it helps me win.
Yep, I like the broken meta, and don't change it, please.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm assuming your favourite MultiVersus character wasn't in this list, so why don't you tell me who is your favourite in the comments below. For more crossover crises, make sure to check out rockpapershotgun.com, and I'll see you very soon.